Good evening. This is Dennis Dragata with Real America 2010. This is edition 34. Several years ago, when George Bush was entering his second year of his first term, that's George Jr., I began to read a little bit about Pat Buchanan's theory and ideology in reference to isolationism. Now, I know that this has turned into, unfortunately, a global economy, and we have become slowly a part of the global market, and it has hurt us. Anybody that thinks a free trade agreement is free is crazy. It's not. Free trade agreements have really not benefited this country. Now, one of the things that's happened over the years is the fact that we have taken so much of our industry overseas to third world nations, including call centers, uh, the production of steel, plastic, almost anything that you can imagine. We do not make anything in this country anymore, and it has hurt us. This connect the dots capitalism, the systematic destruction of the union, taking things overseas, and quite frankly, a lot of these people that have moved their industrial complexes to other countries don't pay taxes. Okay, they get away with cheating the government on millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars in tax revenue. Okay, so these people are not patriots. They're not true Americans, in my opinion. They've taken jobs away from real Americans that paid real taxes. Isolationism is a situation where I think for a minimum of 10 years, we need to shut down the country's borders. That's the United States of America. Put people back to work. If you have a company that's overseas, you should be taxed incredibly high, and that will motivate you to bring your industry back to this country and give people jobs here. I think it's just completely insane to let people take a business out of this country, skip out on their taxes, take jobs away, and consider them to be good citizens. They're not. So isolationism shuts that down. If you have an industrial complex in a third world nation, you're going to pay such a maximum, incredibly high tariff that you're going to think twice about even doing it. Call centers, industrial complexes, whatever it is, they need to come back here. If you started a company in America, and this is not impinging on your freedom, you're free to do that, but this government should be free to tax you if you do that. If you take jobs away from America, tax revenue away, there's no freedom that says you can do that. I don't know where it says that in the Constitution. Okay? Isolationism. Bring our kids home in these military operations. Iraq, Afghanistan, when we're done, we're out, we're gone, we're forgotten, and our impact will be almost zero. Bring these kids back. All right? Pay them for their losses of limbs, their loss of life, the loss of family. We need to reimburse them for that. You can never make it up, but we owe them something. Let's rebuild our military. Let's put our technology to work. Let's build new weapons right here in America. Let's use our minds. Let's correct our educational systems. The public school systems are falling apart. We cannot do any of those things while we're out running willy-nilly all over the world, spreading our money out and ripping off America. Companies like Halliburton, look what they've done over the last few years, or last 15 or 20 years. Okay? It's ridiculous. We got people over here can't even feed their families, and we're building companies in other countries. Doesn't make any sense to me. Put America back to work. Put a tariff on these clowns that take their businesses overseas. Okay? Isolationism. Let's fix our infrastructure. We have roads and bridges that are in dire need of repair, and yet we're spending money on roads and bridges in Iraq. Does that make any sense to you? Now, I like Obama. I think that he makes mistakes like everybody else. Overall, I think that if he had a little bit of support, he'd be moving along faster and further. But we got to fix America first. Our schools, our bridges, our roads. Quite frankly, somebody wouldn't have to really bomb us to drop bridges, onto our lakes and tributaries. All I have to do is give it a good kick, and it'll fall in. So we gotta fix those things. Isolationism, 10 years, gives us an opportunity to rebuild America, to put it back where it used to be, and to put it where it belongs. Number one, if you're afraid of socialism to the point that you actually stymie the progress of education in this country, then you're a fool. Okay? Socialism works in Canada. Okay? People are going to school, people are getting medical attention. We're not number one in education. We're not number one in healthcare. There must be a reason. And please don't tell me Obama, you idiot, because he's only been here for 2 years. It's been screwed up a lot longer than that. Okay? We have to look at alternatives. We can no longer say, oh, capitalism is great. It gives everybody an opportunity to pull themselves up by the bootstraps and make something out of themselves. That's a bunch of crap. That's not the truth. Isolationism. All right? And when it comes to kicking the bums out, I don't care if you have a Democrat or Republican. If he's not representing this country and taking care of us, he's got to go. I've talked about people already. Robert Bentley running for governor. We don't need him. Bobby Bright, the Democrat, he's a phony. Again, my opinion. Isolationism, folks. Think about it. This is Dennis Dragata. I know that's a quick one, but I've been on the road and I'm tired and I got to get something to eat. Y'all have a good night. I'm out.